Iranians from killing their own people and slaughtering them the way they are.
Yeah, well, I mean, sanctions and other things really haven't worked. What really worked with Iran was the nuclear facilities. They had 800 pounds of 90% enriched uranium, and they were absolutely committed to build a nuclear bomb. People seem to forget that, and how that changed the entire dynamic in the Middle East after they destroyed their nuclear facilities. And now that helped trigger this kinds of unrest right now in Iran. That could actually create a new nation with these protests. That's why I remain open to these kinds of strikes. And as you pointed out, and I think the president, everyone said, there is not a boots on the ground thing. This is not Iraq. Nothing is like this, what happened in Iraq. This is us standing with those protesters. And as that video that you shared, they are quite literally slaughtering thousands and thousands of them and executing their own people in the street. So for me, I think that's why I'm going to remain open to this, because I absolutely was the right thing that happened when we struck the nuclear facilities. As the only Democrat, as the only Democrat that agreed with that, just because it's a different party.
It's ridiculous that, we don't have the moral clarity on an issue like this. We see the absolute murder. Where are all the people that was shouting, free Palestine? The Trump doctrine is very clear, and you've been supportive of it, and you are the only Democrat that has been. But there are certain criteria. Is this in America's best interest? I believe it is. It's the #1 state sponsor of terror. A surgical strike is very different than boots on the ground. It's very different than a forever war. It won't be that. Why aren't there other Democrats supporting you? And I know you probably get sick of that question, and I don't blame you.
I don't. I mean, it's disappointing, honestly. I mean, I was fully supportive of Israel through that. And then that really kind of isolated me within my party now. And then I was calling, we have to destroy these nuclear facilities. If Iran acquires that nuclear bomb, that changes a much dramatic there. And now Iran's making these kinds of threat. I mean, remember also Israel, they created air supremacy within 2 days. Iran really's capabilities are severely limited at this point. And now they're in a death spiral with all these protests. Why wouldn't one be ready to provide the kind of a bump to push it, to finally break this regime? And now they're so desperate, they are quite literally just executing thousands of their own citizens.
And I think every